My name is Ms. Bolt. Welcome to AP Statistics. Let me get us going here with this very, very briefly. In case anybody needs the bell schedule, it's the same one that we had last year, but if you need to grab a quick screenshot, I'll leave this up here. We have the same 4 lunches. I literally think it is the exact same as last year, like not even off by a minute. Towards the end of class, if you guys still need to know what lunch you have today, on that blackboard over there and on this blackboard over here, I have the high school lunches on the left-hand side, the freshman center lunches on the right-hand side. You can come up and either find your 5th period teacher or snap a picture of it so that you can look at it later. This is based on your 5th period teacher's class, so you know whether or not you need to show up to class or head straight to lunch when you get to 5th period today. A little bit about myself. I graduated from IUPUI with a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and a double minor in Education and Psychology. I'm currently working on my Master's of Arts in Teaching Mathematics right now. I did a class over the summer. It's normally a 16-week class. I did it in 8 weeks. It was like drinking out of a fire hose. It came quick and fast. Good news is I selected that course for my master's program before they told me I would be teaching AP Statistics this year, and it was Probability and Statistics. So I have had a brush up on this material. If you feel like this material is coming at you very, very fast, you're very confused, please, first of all, understand I'm right there with you. I was in your shoes just a couple weeks ago. If you get frustrated, confused, flustered with the material, please come and talk to me. I wear my student hat when I'm at home because I'm still doing grad classes. I wear my teacher hat here, but I want to make sure that not only am I helping you, I am coming at it from the perspective of a student almost always. Please let me know if you need any help. Please come and see me first before you go to the counselor and say, God, oh God, get me out of this class. Because I definitely want to make sure that everybody has a good year in this class. Statistics can be frustrating sometimes, and it can be very interesting. It can be very rewarding. And I do not know of a single major in college that does not require at least one statistics class. So even if you leave this class and you're like, you're still a leg up over everybody else that's going to be sitting in that Stats 101 class that have never seen statistical concepts at all. This is my 9th year teaching at Pike. I've taught Algebra 2 every single year I've been here. But in addition to that, I've taught pretty much everything except for calculus. I've taught Algebra 1, geometry, pre-calculus, dual credit pre-calculus, prime math, which used to be called CCR Math Ready, and then this year AP Statistics. So I literally think the only thing not on that list is calculus. My husband and I have lived in Pike for 10 years. All our kids go to or have gone to Pike. I have 2 Pike graduates, Gabriel and Malachi. I have a senior this year at the high school, Hazel, and then I have a 1st grader at Guyan Creek Elementary School because I'm crazy and started over and forgot how much work kids were. But she's fun. I'm a huge science fiction nerd, so if you also like science fiction, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Babylon 5, whatever, there are random things that show up in the room, and if you're like, what in the world is that? It's probably a sci-fi thing. I operate a lot of my courses on Canvas. You will be turning in paper homeworks in this class, but notes, homework, videos, anything like that is on Canvas. So if you are having problems with technology, you want to make sure to get in touch with our tech department here to get that straightened out as quickly as possible. Also, if you need help with a password because you don't have a problem with your computer, but it won't let you into Canvas, please let me know as quickly as possible. I want to make sure that everybody has access to all of the materials and resources that I am putting out there. Oh, jumped right past that. I'm going to very, very, very quickly run through the Canvas page, and then we're actually going to start doing some statistics today. Very low key. Just to give you a taste of this is kind of what we're going to be doing in this class. It is a lot of hands-on stuff where we will be doing trials and sampling together and then analyzing those results. All right, very quickly looking at the Canvas course. Sit wherever you're most comfortable. If you ever need to find anything on the page and you're not quite sure which navigation tab over here on the left-hand side will get you what you need, there is a help button right here up at the top. Like I said, I've taught Algebra 2 for 9 years, so I have pictures with arrows telling you where to find everything. Very detailed if you are lost on any of this stuff. For the most part, anything you need or want will be under the Modules tab. Syllabus will be coming tomorrow. I apologize, I was not able to get that up yesterday. First day of school is right here. Every day thereafter will be underneath this, so by the end of the semester we'll be way down at the bottom. Daily pages right here, and any homework assignments that you have will be found right underneath that. The daily page is actually what we were on when you guys walked in the room. Click here for today's lesson. We'll always tell you what we're going to be working on that day, and this is where all the information for that day will be found. Got a bullet point of what we're going to be doing. Every day I'll post the video down here after class, and then the notes will be next to it. Any homework assignments will be down at the bottom. You guys do have a homework assignment for me tonight. It's very quick and easy. There's no math involved in it whatsoever. I'm asking you to make a short introduction video for me. This helps me put names and faces together, and it means that I don't have to ask you 15 times how to pronounce your name. I can just go back and listen to the way you pronounce your name. So please make sure that you clearly say your first and last name in the video, and then tell me a little bit more about yourself. There's some ideas if you click on that link right there in the assignment as far as some of the things that you could tell me about yourself. You can get personal if you want to. If you want to tell me that you have one dog and your favorite color is yellow, that's cool too. I'm not asking you to divulge any information that you're not comfortable sharing. All right? We will talk more about making sure to get signed up for AP Classroom, making sure to get signed into College Board. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a minute. We will talk more about that moving forward, but I'm going to go ahead and get us started on this task here. So I'm going to pass out a packet, and we're going to watch a short video before we do the activity. You will need a 3-ring binder for this class because I will print out notes most days. This first packet will get us through our first test. Okay. If you wouldn't mind putting your name and period on there, and our first test date as of right now is scheduled for the 18th of this month, so August 18th. That is a Wednesday. Has everybody had the opportunity to sign in on the clipboard? So you were here and Allison. All right. Does anybody know what Parkinson's disease is? Is anybody willing to share what you know about it? Yes.
I know like it can cause tremors in like your hands or other body parts.
Yes, absolutely. This is a neurodegenerative disorder that causes shaking and tremors. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the actor Michael J. Fox. He has Parkinson's disease and has spoken a lot about it. If you like classic movies at all, he was the like Back to the Future kid. We're going to watch a very short video. If you want to open up your packet, we'll be looking at the first page. Hopefully, we can actually hear this. Okay, so Parkinson's, neurodegenerative disorder. And this video is about a woman who claims she can smell Parkinson's disease.
First noted something odd about her husband's scent when he was 45. Shortly afterwards, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. Now universities are testing if it's a coincidence or a newfound precaution. Here's Mike McCarthy from our British partner, Sky News.
When she was a teenager, Joy Milne started to realise that she had an acute sense of smell. But it was only when she noticed a change in her husband Les's odour that the incredible potential of her super sense became clear.
He was anaesthetist, he was in a close situation in theatres and he was working long hours, and I presumed, and the Parkinson's tiredness had kicked in then, but we didn't know that. And because he was tired, I just thought, well, you're not showering enough, and I said so.
At first, Joy didn't know what the smell was until she recognised it in other people and said so at a meeting to discuss Parkinson's.
And I thought, this is it, this is the right moment. And I stood up and said, why are we not using the smell of Parkinson's? I can smell it in this room all around me.
Now at Manchester University, researchers supported by the charity Parkinson's UK are harnessing Joy's special skill.
Once Joy's incredible ability had been recognised, she was given by the university a number of t-shirts. Now, half of them had been worn by Parkinson's sufferers, the other half by a control group. She got them all right, apart from one.
So I'm just curious. She claims that she can smell Parkinson's disease. She gets all of them right, except for one. Why will this not go away now?
Joy
No,
Milne
I want you to not be frustrated.
first noted.
I'll get rid of that in a moment. What do you think of the fact that she got all of them right except for one? Is that impressive? Is that not impressive? Is that due to chance? What do you guys think?
I think it's very convincing. Like, that seems very probable, and I don't think the fact that she got one wrong should diminish the fact that she got 11 others correct just by smelling them.
She got 11 out of 12 right just by smelling them, and I agree. I'm actually pretty impressed with those results. Would you guys be as impressed if it was like 3 out of 4? Why not? Not as many. Only 4 shirts. It feels like there's possibly an easier chance to guess it right. When you start adding more and more shirts and her percentage is like all but 1, it starts to get more convincing. Why would it be important, if it is possible to smell Parkinson's disease, why are they dumping all this money into researching it? What could some of the benefits be if they can smell or detect Parkinson's disease by smell? Early treatment. Early detection and treatment. Anything else? We're just kind of brainstorming here, like why would they be willing to dump a bunch of money into it? Early detection and treatment is absolutely important. Anything else that you can think of? Smell certainly doesn't seem very invasive, right? Like maybe before they do any kind of blood test or CT scan or any other of the more invasive, more expensive tests, they could do something that just requires scent. Less invasive. And probably less expensive. For all we know, this could end up leading to a breakthrough of what's causing it. We have no idea what causes Parkinson's disease, but if we discover that there is some kind of link with a scent, that might help figure out what's causing it. So could lead to figuring out a cause. if Joy was just blindly guessing, if she was lying about being able to smell it, what would your guess be for the number of shirts she got right out of this group of 12? Ballpark. Tell me your best guess. 5 or 6. Tell me why you went with 5 or 6.
I think there is a possibility that, like possibly the placebo effect, like that could be something that affects her. And I feel like when you do have this many, there is a chance that you at least get some right.
Mm-hmm. I would absolutely agree. It's kind of like guessing heads or tails, right? What's the chance that you get it right if you guess heads or tails when somebody flips a coin? 50%, half and half, right? So some of the time, even if you just guess heads every single time, you're going to eventually get some of them right. So yeah, I think probably 5 or 6. Since she's just guessing yes, they have Parkinson's or no, they don't have Parkinson's, I'd say it's probably a 50-50 chance. So I'd say probably half of them is what I would guess she would get right if it was just pure chance. I want to try to simulate what she was doing and see what our own are. We want to see if there's evidence that Joy can smell this Parkinson's, and we're going to use our own trials. Obviously, I don't believe anybody in here probably has ever noticed that they have the ability to smell Parkinson's disease. So we're going to do this as random trials. You're going to need a partner. And to each partner group, I'm going to pass out these shirts. Every single set is the same. The only difference is the colors all go together. There are 12 shirt cards here. Half of them say they have Parkinson's, half of them don't, just like what Joy was presented with. So what you're going to do, one partner in the group is going to mix up the cards. You're going to lay them in front. The other person will make a guess, sort them into 2 groups, yes Parkinson's, no Parkinson's, and then you guys will turn them over. If it is Parkinson's, there's a little P in pencil on the back. You guys both want to take turns guessing, and you want to record on your sheet how many you got correct, and then we're going to make a dot plot of these. Okay? So find a partner. If you don't have a partner, I'm going to put you with somebody. Hopefully that's not too intimidating on this first day. So you're going to look at these cards. You're going to be all nice, and you're going to guess Parkinson, Parkinson, and then you'll flip them over like this, right and you'll write down how many you got correct, whether you said yes or no. Like how many correct things. Yep. Has everybody had a chance to see the clipboard for attendance? Going once, going twice. Cool. Okay. So again, one more time. With your partner, you guys are going to mix them up, make sure that they're shuffled well. They are just pieces of paper, so be careful with them. But mix them up, maybe just swirl them around on the table. And then you each want to do this individually because we want to get unique results. We've got 22 people in the room today. We want to end up with 22 data points for this. If you just do it as a pair, we're only going to end up with 11 data points. Okay? All right, you guys going to work together? Cool beans. All right, you guys going to work together? Do you have a partner? You want to come up here and work with this gentleman? And then you can head back to your seat after that. We just want to get these data points collected. You guys going to work together? You too? Awesome. You two going to work together? You guys going to work together? Do you have a partner? Can you come over here? You guys can do this, and then you can head back to your seat. Or you can stay there. I'm not going to make anybody go. Yeah. Would you mind heading over there? Yeah. Collect those and take them over there. My apologies. Where's my paper? I'm going to come around and give everybody a dot sticker. I want you to write however many you got correct. So if you're not all the way there yet, that's okay. But however many you got correct, I want you to write that number on the dot sticker. And then we're going to make a dot plot out of it. So if you got only 3 right, you'll stick it right here. The next person that gets 3 right will put their sticker right above it. We want to see almost like a bar chart but with stickers.
But then you're like forcing yourself to think that way, so maybe just
I got it.
Wait, there's no way you got So, okay, I was right about the cutters. I've never served water. See, okay, I'm still proud of myself. I was like, noticing there was a lot.
sorry, you switch it up. So we added it with
She's so smart. Yeah.
Still waiting on just a couple stickers. Has anybody not put their stickers up yet? Cool beans. So while we're getting the rest of these dots up, and I feel like we kind of already answered this out loud, but we didn't write anything down. Do you guys feel like Joy's 11 out of 12 is at least moderately convincing, that we have some evidence that she can actually smell Parkinson's? What would you give for your reasoning for that? What would you use to justify that yes? How would you explain to somebody else why you're like, yeah, I think she probably can?
Very high success rate with variables.
Very high success rate, absolutely. So just guessing, we would expect about 6. She got 11. 11 is bigger than 6. Certainly looks like there might be evidence, absolutely. She had a very high success rate. Expectation from guessing. If my handwriting gets messy, I apologize. I try my best to keep it reasonable. Some days I have really good handwriting days, and other days it's really bad. So if you can't read any of my words, please let me know. I'm still coming off the summer, too, when nobody else had to read my writing. So expectation from guessing would be 6, which is less than 11. This is what Joy got right. All right. How many correct decisions out of 12 would it take to convince you that she could smell Parkinson's? 10? Anybody higher or lower than that? 9? So 9, 10, 11, 12, right in there. You'd be fairly convinced. Some people have a higher threshold than others. Some people would be convinced at 9, some other people not convinced until we hit 12. A lot, right? We'd be expecting a very high percentage correct. Maybe not all of them right, but almost all of them right. All right. Go ahead and flip the page over. There was a spot here, and I apologize for not telling you. You could record your correct, incorrect here. If you didn't, that's fine. But I do want you to copy the dot plot that we just made onto your page here. So we've got 1 dot at 0. Looks like 4 dots at 2. Three dots on the 4. One on the 5. 5 at 6. That's confusing. 5 dots with 6 correct guesses. 3, 4, 5. 4 dots at 7. 2 dots at 8, and 2 dots at 10. So we have 22 people in this class. Out of the 22 people, how many of us guessed as many as Joy? 0. Here's Joy. So 0% of us got it right or got that high just by guessing. What does each dot represent here? Each one of these, we would say that each one is like a one simulated Joy experiment, right? It's like you were pretending to be Joy and go through that. So each one of these is one simulated experiment. And then we record the number of correct guesses for each of those. We already kind of answered this one. Based on the class simulation, what proportion of these simulations, this is us, resulted in 11 or more correct? How many of us guessed 11 or more correct? 0. 0 out of 22. So my proportion would be 0 out of 22, or we could write that as 0%. Based on repeating this experiment 22 additional times, are you guys convinced that Joy can smell Parkinson's? Is anybody not convinced that she might have just gotten lucky? Absolutely. I feel like this is unlikely if she were just guessing, but it is possible for it to happen by chance, right? We had a couple people get to 10 just by chance. I do want to show you guys one other thing, though. So, yes. If she just guessed 11 out of 12 would be unlikely. I want to look, if we were to repeat this simulation over and over and over, could we ever get 11 just by guessing? So there are some online tools that we can use to simulate trials. So I'm going to look at that real quick, hopefully, if this thing decides to cooperate with me. Let's see, it won't let me get out of full screen mode, which is really annoying.
Something odd about her husband's
Quiet. There we go.
When he was 45.
Okay. So we are going to put in Joy's guess here, and then we're going to simulate some more random trials. Sorry, I have to keep running back and forth. Category name here. We've got correct and incorrect. So this is Joy's guess. We are going to simulate a sample count. Hypothesized value. Half the shirts had Parkinson's, half the shirts didn't, right? So I'm going to put 0.5 here. And how many samples do you guys want to do? We had 22 people in this class. Do you want to do another 22? All right, let's see what happens. This is going to create a dot plot for us. Perform our simulation. So there's a dot plot. Doesn't look exactly the same as ours, but looks similar. If I perform it again so that now I have a total of 44, 66, 88, 110, 132. What about if we did this 5,000 times? Do you think that 11 or 12 would ever show up by chance? Let's find out. I hate that I have to keep running back and forth, though. So we're going to do this. So now we have 5,154. 11 showed up for the first time here. If I do it again and again and again, a 12 did finally pop up by chance. So it is possible by chance, but it'd take us a while to get there. And we had to repeat it over and over and over and over to get there by chance. Let's see if this helps at all with my two people that were doubting a little bit, validly so. You remember how Joy got 11 out of 12 right?
She got them all right, apart from one. That person went on to develop Parkinson's.
Scientists believe that Parkinson's may cause a subtle change in the skin's natural oil and are working to develop a test that could help diagnose the disease even before physical symptoms occur.
This is a significant new area to research into. There are many scientists looking to do early diagnostics. We all want to do that. We want to be able to tell people, unfortunately, but tell them that they've got a disease earlier than is currently happening. We can find that molecular signature, find a test for it at an early stage. That's when the breakthrough will be. So this is the beginning of the breakthrough.
Joy's husband Les died earlier this year, but the hope is that through science and research, the phenomenon that is her sense of smell will help reverse the destructive power of a disease for which, as yet, there is no cure. Mike McCarthy, Sky News, Manchester.
She could detect Parkinson's before the tests could detect Parkinson's. She got them all right. Are you guys convinced? So throughout the course of this semester, we will be performing random trials. We will be analyzing those results. I don't want you guys to just learn about the mechanics of statistics, but I want you to become invested in the entire process. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Please bring the card sets up to me. There are 11 card sets total. I would like to recollect those before you leave the room. What is your homework tonight? Video. If you have trouble accessing Canvas or you have difficulties making the video, please let me know. I will accept it late. We'll talk about syllabus and homework policies and stuff tomorrow. But if you have any difficulties, please come and talk to me. All right? Have a fantastic rest of your day, everybody.